My name is Benjamin Leon, and since we're finally ending Unit 3, I just wanted to share some things that stuck with me and some ideas worth spreading. Something that stuck with me were the 3 different styles of organization. They were Classical, Tullum, and Rodran. I think I said that right. It's just nice to know that there are alternate templates that I could use besides the basics and what I know. Another thing that really stuck with me was to really emphasize my citations. At first, I didn't really put much attention to it. Like, I understood that it was important, but now I know that I have to make sure that it's very seen. Now, an idea that I think is worth sharing. Well, I have a lot of ideas that are worth sharing. One of them is the 10-year rule. The 10-year rule was mentioned in Angelina Lee Duckworth's TED Talk, and it basically means that you have to give at least 10 years of committed work to gain success. And that also mixtures in the idea of grit and how much it could benefit you. When I first learned about this, I honestly thought it was insane. But it makes sense in a way because, like she mentioned, a lot of the top professionals gave and committed 10 years of passionate work into one specific topic. It's crazy to think, but if that's what it takes to succeed, then it's worth it. And also, like I mentioned, it also involves grit. Now, grit is something that you build. It's something that you have to make, but also not get too into and become a little bit too greedy, like we're mentioning in a most recent essay. But grit, I think, is something you build, and that is because of all the different hardships and struggle that you go throughout the years. So that's why I believe these people that have committed these 10 years have a lot of grit and gain, and that's one of the main goals of their success, and also maybe potentially some of their downfalls, because they could give into a little bit too much to the grit and then like become blinded by it, and that could ultimately lead to failure. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is that another thing that stuck with me was that you can't change what you want to do in life. It does more bad than it does good. So it's always better to stay on one clear path. I think this is very important to share, because as a college student, you question what you want to do and what you want to be, and are lost on what you want to do for the rest of your life. That's why we need to try our hardest to find something and run with it. So this was also mentioned in the TED Talk, which I think was a really good TED Talk, because, going on through life, you always want to have these backup plans, and you want to make sure that if I can't do this, I have to do something else, and if I can't achieve this, I need to find another way to succeed. But just like I mentioned, 10-year rule, committing to one specific topic could potentially lead you to the success. And I think why people always want to make sure there's backup plans and stuff like that, because of that potential of failure. But I also think that by sharing this, maybe because it helped me in a lot of ways to think about what I want to be in the future and what I want to do for the rest of my life, because personally I have struggled with that. So I think, this helped me out in a way that I need to sooner than later find something that I really care about and go as far as it as much as possible, and to fully commit to that. And hopefully a lot more students like me that have struggled with this can find something they want to do for the rest of their life. So yeah, that's pretty much all the things that stuck with me, and all the things that I think are worth sharing. I feel like overall this was a really fun unit. I did really think a lot of I did really enjoy the TED Talks and also different articles, because it did bring a lot of unique takes on certain things that I didn't know at first, and also it gave me a better understanding. Regardless, thank you so much for listening. This has been Benjamin Leon. Thank you.